Hello out there, this is Deseran, and I'm bringing you something a little bit different today. Um, I was tagged by Level Down Reviews. Hopefully I've managed to put an annotation up top that you can click to check out his channel. He's a great guy, great content. He deserves more subscribers. He seriously does. Go watch him. But I was tagged by Level Down Reviews for a video game tag, where basically I need to answer these 6 questions and then I can tag other people to do the same. So I'm going to try and keep this quick, simple, as best I can with these questions though. So the first question is, what is your favorite video game of all time? Now, that's a bit of a hard one for me. I can... Let me think here. I can narrow it down to 4 games, basically. Well... yeah, I can narrow it down to 4 games. Now, I'd say the highest running ones. Yeah. Okay, I'm not good at this, but okay, I can narrow it down to 4 games. First off, now most of these I've actually done on my channel. Now that's partly because when I was first starting my channel, I decided to just do games that I loved. Some of my favorite games, and that was it. Now I'm doing like straw polls and all kinds of stuff, trying to find out what people want to see and all that. But when I first started, I was just doing games that I genuinely just loved to begin with. So I mean, if I had to choose any, I'd probably go with Monokemia, Alchemist's Valerivis. Beautiful game, interesting mechanics, amazing story. PS2 JRPG done by NISA, or NIS, Nippon Ichi Software, and brought over. It's honestly one of my favorite games. What else would be in the running would be Fatal Frame and Fatal Frame 2. Even Fatal Frame 3 actually, but I'm just a big fan of the Fatal Frame series in general. If I had to pick one out of them, probably Fatal Frame 2, I think. It was a genuine improvement mechanic-wise from the first game. The story was still incredible. It was just a great game, and I'm not afraid to admit that at the end of Fatal Frame 2 I get a bit teary-eyed. It's an incredible story. As for anything else, there is one other that I might say would be high up there, and that's for the original PlayStation, Parasite Eve. Now, there's a bit of a reason for that, but I'll get into that in one of the later questions. So just leave that for now, and I'll come back to it. So now, next question, what is your favorite genre? Well, this is kind of split down the middle for me because I have 2 really big ones that kind of dominate. First is obviously horror. I do a lot of horror games on my channel. I'm a big fan of horror video games and movies, actually. I love it. I just love it. That's kind of split down the middle with RPGs and JRPGs, surprisingly enough. More specifically, tactical RPGs are a big favorite of mine. The kind where instead of going into just a regular turn-based battle, it's it's basically your characters are on a grid on basically a chessboard with varying movements and all that. I'm sure a lot of you out there have played Final Fantasy Tactics and the such, so you know what I'm talking about. Let's get that screen back. So I'd say those are my two favorite genres. Now, as for what is the earliest game you remember, this is the third question. I have two answers for this. Now, the first is just blatantly the earliest game I remember. I've been through a lot of systems in my time. I'm a bit of an old timer, so to speak. Well, I suppose not that old, but you know what I mean. For video games, I'm a bit of an old timer. So, if I were to go back to the memory of the very first game I've played, period, that would actually be Pong on the original Atari. So quite an old one there. But I will say this, as for earliest games I remember, there is one that holds a special kind of memory for me, and that actually is Parasite Eve. And that's because when I was younger, one Christmas I was excited as anything. I got a PlayStation, the original one, PlayStation, and one game to go with it, and that was Parasite Eve. And as you can imagine, I played it immediately. And it was the first PlayStation game I ever played, and I loved it. It was amazing, as far as I was concerned. I actually hope to do that game for my channel at some point. So that might be coming in the future. Now next, what game are you most looking forward to? Okay, I have two answers for this, but one is with kind of an asterisk, so to speak, a caveat. If I would just blatantly guaranteed, one of the games I'm looking forward to most is Silent Hills. It just looks incredible, honestly, and I've been a fan of the Silent Hill games for a long time. I think it just looks great. I think they're going to do something amazing with it, I hope. I hope it lives up to the hype it's been getting. And hopefully soon I'll have a PS4 and I'll actually get to play PT. And that'll be going on the channel for damn sure. But that'll be also a hell of a fun time for me. The one that has a caveat to it, that would be Fatal Frame 5 for the Wii U. Now, the thing is, I believe that's already out in Japan. The caveat is if it ever comes over here to North America. Now, there's a good chance, from what I've heard, they're not going to be bringing it over. If that's the case, well, that's kind of sad. If they do, though, then I'm looking forward to that a lot. I don't even have a Wii U, and I'd be looking forward to that. I would buy a Wii U for that game. Now, for fifth question, what's your least favorite video game character? Now, I had to think about this one a lot, honestly, because it's hard. Like, there aren't that many video game characters I dislike. I mean, I suppose there are some annoying ones you could outright say, like everyone says, like Slippy from Star Fox, or Navi from Ocarina of Time, or Tingle, or who else? Baby Mario from Yoshi's Island. You know, those are some of the basics. What I'm gonna say, though, might seem a little odd. What I'm gonna say for least favorite video game character, and this might sound a little weird, is your rival in Pokemon Gold and Silver, and, well, Heart Gold, Soul Silver, obviously. Now, that might sound a bit odd, but hear me out. I've played all the Pokemon games, pretty much. And although your rival could be a bit of a jerk sometimes in the games, like, they ranged from being a bit of a jerk to being, you know, a respectful rival. They actually, you know, felt that you were a worthy opponent, all that kind of stuff. It's only the one in Gold Silver who actually starts out stealing a starter Pokemon and then just goes on. It mentions through the game multiple times how he's treating them so horribly and harshly. So, I mean, I just outright don't like the guy. I mean, I'd say you're not supposed to like him, obviously, but I don't know. He kind of sticks out in my mind, I guess. I mean, it's a little weird to say that with the ideas that go on in the Pokemon universe to begin with, but I mean, at least most of the other rivals were, you could kind of respect them, but this guy is just, I just don't like him. Now, for the last question, it's what is your favorite video game character? Now, that's a tough one. I could definitely say a number of things. If I wanted to go for like RPGs and such, I could say Laharl, Adele, Valvatorez, and they're all from Disgaea, Disgaea 2, and Disgaea 4. I'm a big Nippon Ichi Software fan, and a Disgaea fan. I could say Vayne from Monokemia. I could even say the Miku from Fatal Frame. Maybe even Nathan Drake from the Uncharted games. But I'm gonna go a little off the rails on this one, I guess. I'm gonna say, just because I was a big fan of the PlayStation and the other consoles and games that came out along the Sony lines when that started, when that was a thing. And I was a big fan of the Twisted Metal games. I just loved it. It was just outright fun for me. And as far as I'm concerned, the character, and you probably know who I'm talking about already, that was made iconic, that was, if you've played Twisted Metal at all, then you know this character. If you haven't played Twisted Metal, you still might know the character. That would be Sweet Tooth, the psychopathic clown with the head of fire, with the fire for hair. Oh man, he just sticks out in my mind. And I mean, what they did with him in Twisted Metal Black for his story was incredible. So yeah, I mean, I'm gonna go with Sweet Tooth, just because he just sticks out for me a lot. I mean, it sounds a bit weird maybe, but I can see why he's iconic. I mean, sure, he's not a nice guy, obviously, but you know him, you remember him, and you'll never forget him, probably. Okay, well, those are my answers. Agree or disagree, put your own comments, put your comments down below. If you want to put your own answers down below in the comments, that's fine too. You can also reach me, Facebook, Twitter, links up on channel banner, as always. And here's where I tag a few people myself. So, the people I nominate, people I'm going to tag for video game tag is, let's see. I'm going to do a couple people. I tag Failstar. I tag On the Loose. Tag Jerry with Watch Me Game. I tag Ginger Red. And lastly, I'll tag a buddy of mine, Yoshitoki Keigo. They're all great guys and gal. Hopefully annotations should have appeared above there for you to check out their channels. Go check them out. They're awesome. Seriously, go look at them now. Um, but yeah, so you guys have been tagged. Give your own answers to the 6 questions and have fun with it. uh, so, well, until the next video, live stream, update, whatever the heck it is I do next that you see, this is Desran. You guys have a great day, and I'll see ya. Oh my. Have a good one, guys.